Time for a taco. What is going on, everyone? Jeremy Hritz here. Courage pays better than fear trading. I hope you are having a phenomenal Tuesday. And like we talked about in the Sunday setup driven mashup on Sunday, that we were anticipating a bit of bearishness this week. We got it these last 2 days. The SPX was down 53 points today, and we had red across the board. We had a drop. We all know the reasons why. We have a very extended market. We have a market that is pushed when it comes to technical levels, especially in the concentrated AI semiconductor trade. We have the geopolitical pressures from the war between Iran and the United States, which is not ending anytime soon. At least that is what is being said. And we have the bond yields rising. We've got the doomsayers coming out. We have the national debt increasing. We have a stagnant housing market. There are lots and lots of things to really just not be optimistic about when it comes to the market. And I was talking last night, and our blueprint class, which is the year-long mentorship that I offer every January. So if that's something that you're interested in, you're basically getting a bachelor's degree in the markets. That will be kicking off in January, but more on that down the road because it's only August. But what I was saying is, look at the market from this perspective. If you have dry powder, if you have capital on the sidelines, how many of you would take that money and put it to work and actually buy some of these stocks that are stretched right now? And a lot of the people last night, all of them were like, yeah, I wouldn't, right? So you have to think about how investors, smart money right now are looking at these companies with these stretched valuations. What's the incentive to buy, right? It's a short-term momentum trade, but things need to cool off. And we have not had a 10% correction on the SPX since April of 2025. We have had it on the Qs, but it hasn't happened yet on the SPX. So we're due. But I say all that to circle back to how I started this video. It's Tuesday, right? You've heard of Taco Tuesday. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a Taco Wednesday, if we get a Taco Thursday, or if we get a Taco Friday. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's the Taco Trump trade where some type of news is released from the White House, from Trump's Truth Social account, an X post, where he is going to say something to offer some optimism to lift the markets. And maybe it is, we're talking to Iran again, or we're close to a deal, or who knows? These squirrels just don't move off the road. But if you've been following the markets for any time here under Trump's presidency, you understand what I'm talking about. You know these ebbs and flows, right? And that does not mean that I think that this bearishness is over, because we are in that weak seasonal time. I think we are going to get some more selling into September. But before the end of the week, I would not be surprised to get some type of little relief bounce that comes in and everybody gets hopeful that, all right, there's talks happening. There's a new MOU. There's a ceasefire, yada, yada, yada. Insert hopeful premise here. And then the market responds. And now there's geese in the middle of the road. We had a squirrel. Now we have geese. And there was actually a baby fawn whenever I started recording this. Anyway, look, I'm getting distracted. I'm like a damn squirrel right now. But anyway, I would not be surprised to see something like that come here over the next 3 days. We don't have a lot of data coming this week. We do get the FOMC minutes that drop tomorrow at 2 p.m. No Fed meeting this month, no rate decision. We'll have Kevin Warsh speaking at Jackson Hole next Friday, I believe. So there's really not a lot of catalysts out there. So I'm just putting this out there again, I think we're going to continue to show weakness here. That's what the charts are indicating. But don't be surprised to see a taco come, because that is the pattern. That's how this plays out. That's how it works. And let's see. It wasn't a Taco Tuesday, so maybe it'll be a Taco Wednesday, a Taco Thursday, a Taco Friday. But we will taco about it here on an episode of Driven if it happens. So that's what I got for you guys today. Nothing else really out there. I did want to point out the Nike chart just slammed. I told you guys about calls that I bought on Nike back in July. Just got smashed on that. Thought I had a good read on that chart at a historical support level. Nope, didn't happen. This guy took an L. It happens. A little bit of a bounce came in on Nike today. So that was good to see. Some love, but not a lot of love. But anyway, we will be back this weekend with a Sunday setup live, because we weren't live last week. And tonight, we're kicking off the beginner trading and investing bootcamp. I cannot wait to rock and roll with the new group. It's going to be phenomenal. And in the meantime, in between time, wherever you may be in this beautiful, marvelous world, if you have squirrels crossing in front of you, if you have geese, if you're seeing baby fawn, remember this. Make it a great day. Honor the moment. And most importantly, be great. Take care, everyone.